I'm a mess today. It is 1:30 on Saturday, December the 15th. I don't know why I felt like you guys needed to know that, but I'm starting my day really late. I woke up with so much like, let's get this day going. I'm gonna do all of this stuff. And then I fixed my coffee and it did not turn out good. And that made me mad. Then I set up to film and the battery was dead for all 3 of my batteries. And then I ate 3 cookies, fixed another cup of coffee, and here I am at 1:30. This is gonna be kind of just a chatty get ready with me. I am gonna go over some things I'm gonna use though, even though most of it is just my basic all the time everyday stuff. Okay, I think I'm in focus now. Okay, so yeah, the Hydra Genius lotion is really good when it gets to be winter. I'm having some dandruffy kind of issues, dandruff on my scalp, and ever since I've been using this on my skin, it's gotten a lot more calm. So highly recommend that one. I've been thinking about doing a skincare routine, but right when I was like ready to film it, my entire forehead broke out, which was so weird because I normally get breakouts on my cheeks, and I attribute that to the fact that at work I am on the phone all day, and then, well, other than that, I guess that's just where I break out. As far as face primers go, I've still been loving the Too Faced Hangover primer, but I will tell you guys that eye primer wise, I have always loved the Shadow Insurance primer, and especially the champagne one. You guys have seen me use that probably like 5 billion times because it has a little bit of color and shimmer to it already, so it kind of does half your eyeshadow work for you. And I don't know if it's because that one is like old and I need to just get a new one, but none of my eye primers have been treating me well lately, which is so frustrating because I get home from work thinking that my makeup looks so good and it's like all creased, and I never have had that issue. And unless my eyelids are just getting really oily, I'm not sure. For a primer for my eyelids, I'm gonna get into this in a second, but actually what I tried a couple days ago and I was like, this is the new thing. These Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-hour, they're like a, what is this? It's an eyeshadow, but it's, I don't know what to call these. They're a cream eyeshadow, I guess is the word, cream. I've been on the lookout for certain ones, and I have this one in creamy beige, which if I was doing color on my eye, I think I would use this one, and I might use it without, but I tried this one the other day, which is barely branded, and it's like a really pretty shimmery one, and these are supposed to be comparable to MAC paint pots, which I've never had. I've always wanted one, but I've never gotten one yet. This worked so well on my eyes, so I think I'm gonna try one of those again today. I might actually try the creamy beige. I just don't want it to be too dark on my eyes if I'm not doing lots of color. But all that to say, I'm not even starting with my eyeshadow, I'm starting with my eyebrows. I was gonna do a whole dedicated tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, and I can do that if you guys watch this and are like, not helpful. I am gonna include it here, and I have not changed a lot at all since I did an updated routine. So I need to get a new one of these. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pencil. It's a color corrector and a primer, and I like to use this like towards the end of my eyebrows. And sometimes I'll even put it like up here, and I just feel like this really helps everything stick very well. So yeah, that's pretty much all the priming I do. I've been debating trying to get into some wax to kind of like keep my brows where they need to be. But if you guys, I have a couple, I just don't use them, but if you guys have like any recommendations, like yes, definitely use a wax, or like no, you're good without it, let me know, because I really don't know. So I have my Morphe spoolie, and I also got this e.l.f. Brush. I think I talked to you guys about this a while ago, but it has a spoolie on this side and then a little brush on this side. I still like my Sigma brush though the best for filling in my eyebrows. This is the E65, and I just like it because it's really thin, but it's also like stiff enough, firm enough that when I'm trying to make this precise line, it doesn't what am I trying to say, like give way enough to mess up that line. I can kind of put pressure on it or do it lightly, and it still creates a really clean line for me. So I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows up. I already did how I like grew my eyebrows and everything. If you guys did not catch that video, I'll have it linked either in this video or down below. But my eyebrows are so like quick with the growth that I pretty much already need to trim them again and wax them. I mean, pluck them, but I'm not gonna. So I just like to start kind of in the middle, and probably my eyebrows are what takes me the longest. I just like to spend a lot of time on my eyebrows, and I like a really filled in brow. I like a really natural brow. I like all of them. So sometimes I just have to start it on a day and be like, okay, no, we're doing like all in, or we're just doing a little bit of this. Like, I let my mood decide what it's gonna be like. Then this is super easy. Take my spoolie again, brush down, and then I'm gonna just fill in the top. And right here at the end, I don't know if you guys can tell I'm doing this, but I basically put my brush down and I pull it down instead of like any of these motions. I feel like that gives me a really good filled in look. So the only part of my eyebrow that sometimes I'll go back and even make more dramatic is this, the tail of it. If I want it to be a little bit darker and filling it in with my dip brow does not do that, I'll go in with some powder. And I have a palette from Morphe that is really good for that. I think today though, we're probably just gonna leave her, I think. There was something else I was going to talk about. What was it? Oh, the concealer I'm using right now is the Joah Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer, and I normally use this to clean up my entire brow, but I've noticed it's not like this concealer because I've tried it with other concealers and other foundations, but when I do that on the top of my brow, I can't ever get the concealer and the rest of my foundation to blend well. So I pretty much just do it underneath my brow, at the tail, and then if I need to clean up where you guys probably can see there's a little color from me doing that spoolie at the front. Other than that, I don't use a lot on the top of my brow. So let's talk about Vlogmas. This is not meant to be hateful, but I don't know that I have watched any Vlogmas videos from people and liked the intro this year. It's not like I hate them, I just always like last year's or a different year's better. Does anybody else feel that way? Because I don't know, I watched a lot of them and every single one I'm like, Okay, eyebrows are finally done. Now the good part about this, like I said, I spend the longest time on my eyebrows. Everything else is really pretty easy. And it just depends on how much effort I want to put into the rest of it, basically. We're going to see a special screening of Aquaman tonight, which I don't know that I know anything about Aquaman. I know so little that I don't know, is this the first video of his, or, I mean video. Is this his first movie? He was in another one, wasn't he? But it wasn't like his movie, I think. So now what I'm gonna do is, let's see this creamy beige, how dark it is. So, coffee. I don't know why, but I've had the worst time lately trying to find a good creamer. I have really liked the Silk Pumpkin Spice one since like early October. This is dark, girl. Just made a mistake. My fear with that creamer though is that since it's pumpkin spice, they're gonna like discontinue it. And I don't want to get super hooked on it if that's the case, but I just can't find one that tastes good to me lately. I have the vanilla one from them and it's good. It's not like I don't like that one, but I got vanilla almond milk sweetened yesterday and I was like, I'll just put this in my coffee and that'll be good, and you know, I can add like some sweetener if I need it. And it was awful. So bad that I couldn't drink it, which is very rare for me in coffee. Like, I like coffee by itself so much that even if everything else in it is awful, I pretty much can still make it work. So this probably isn't the place to like ask for y'all's answer because it would be on my vlog channel, but I am interested. If you're subscribed to my vlog channel, I am very much interested in doing a couple like makeover videos of our house because I told Dustin this a couple months ago, probably over summer, and that was, I want to see how many projects we can get done before March 3rd, which was obviously, you know, when we first both lived here. When we got our house, Dustin didn't move in first, I didn't move in first. We waited until our, you know, wedding night to spend the first night here, but we already had our stuff moved in, if that makes sense. I want to see, since we did that house tour video shortly after, I think we did that in like June maybe, I want to go back and do like a second video where we're walking through the house again and seeing everything that we changed. So we have a lot of projects going on, and we have a lot that we haven't started that we need to. We're going to paint the movie room. We're going to find some carpet for the movie room. We're going to take the carpet off of the stairs coming downstairs. We're going to paint the laundry room. A lot of stuff, and I'm really excited about all of it. And the more that we like finish a project, the more I'm like, oh, also let's add this, which really is not super a great thing, I guess, because it's like you're always working on something, but I don't know, it's really fun. And it's fun because since it's your house, you know, you get to like put something in a room and decide you don't like it and change the whole room up. And that's part of the fun, is organizing, reorganizing, decorating it, redecorating it. And I very much get that from my dad's mom. My grandma loves to be working on something all the time, and she is always like painting, redecorating, new furniture, or like moving furniture or something like that. So I definitely get that from her. Okay, what I just did here, since I did not say anything about that, I'm just using my Hoola Benefit bronzer as an eyeshadow, which actually looks really good over that paint pot dupe. So normally what I'll do is just go ahead and do like the outer corner and some of my crease, and then I'm actually doing this all kind of weird stepwise. I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation, because then when I contour my nose, I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up as well. Foundation wise, I got 2 new ones recently that aren't like new to the market, I don't think. This one I know is not. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I just remember really liking this when it first came out. And I haven't used it in forever, and like I said, none of my foundations match me. But I also picked up this LA Girl Pro Matte. This is the HD Longwear Matte Foundation. I used this the other day and I liked it a lot. It is a little dark for me, but I'm still going to use it. Imagine that. And concealer wise, what I've been doing, the concealer I used in the corner of my eye is the Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is like all Maybelline, which I ain't mad about because I love Maybelline. It's really dark. This is in the color Light, and since I am so pale, it is dark. But I do this first so that when I go back over it with my foundation, I just kind of have a more like full coverage look, so then I get to decide if I want to do more concealer, which I normally do, but it isn't to get more coverage, it's to kind of brighten that area up. I also have been wanting a new foundation brush. There's one from, I think, e.l.f. or Morphe that I keep seeing going around, and it's like a flat top one. If you guys know which one that is, let me know. I thought I had one from Morphe that was a flat top. I know I had the M439, but I broke the handle because I am a beast, and I just never got a new one. But I want one that's kind of a little bit more firm than the ones I have now. Plus, the only foundation I have, foundation brush that's like a big one that I love, is this one from Tarte. It's like huge, so it takes 5 seconds to do your entire foundation. So I'm curious to know, what are you guys asking for Christmas? I, at the start of Christmas, was like, I don't need anything, and I still don't need anything. There are a couple things that I want, but I wouldn't even be devastated if I didn't get them. I, right now in my life, am very much in the mindset of like, I'm going to work hard for my own money and get things that I want. I want to be able to buy like pretty much whatever for the people that I love. Let me blow this out. Yeah, very much of the mindset that like I want to work really hard and be able to get my own stuff. I've always been that way. Like I'm not someone who wants to spend all my money on myself and then have everybody else spend all their money on me. I have always been really good about like taking care of what needs to be taken care of. And if it's like time to give gifts or birthdays or anything like that, I always am super into buying gifts for people. But if you guys are wondering, this is in the color Bisque, and I don't know if this is their lightest one. It was the lightest one I could find, I think. But it's really, really good coverage. It is a little too dark for me, but I don't think I mean, here it might look that way, but in person, really, it does not look so bad. So, like that one. For lightness, I'm going to use the Joah Dark Circle Concealer. And like I said, that's not so much for tons of coverage. It's for a little bit more coverage, but it's mostly just to brighten that up. The things I want for Christmas, though, I will eventually finish this conversation, maybe. I really want curlers, hot rollers for my hair. So funny. I remember being really little and my mom always putting me in curlers, always. Like you never saw a little picture of me as a baby without curls in my hair or curlers in my hair. There's one from when I'm like 3 and I have this purple shirt on and I have curlers all in my hair and I'm playing with my belly button, and that has been my whole life. So basically the reason I'm trying to get those now though is because like I said, I'm not trying to wash my hair every day. I'm trying to see basically how long I can go before it needs it, which sounds gross, but I don't mean it like that. Right now I'm in the stage of literally finding out how long can I go before I need to wash my hair. And I think there's definitely a limit to that, especially if you use product. The only things I use is a heat protectant and some oils towards the end of my hair. But I think if you're using like volumizer and a lot of stuff on your scalp, you need to probably wash your hair a little bit more often because you don't want that buildup to start causing clogged pores. But I want hot rollers because I want to look pretty on the days I don't wash my hair. I don't want to look like Hagrid, even though I do most of the time. For setting all of this stuff, I'm going to use my Airspun by Coty, as always. This is pretty much, I think, will always be my favorite powder. I really want to try the Laura Mercier, is that how you say it? Powder that everybody talks about, but one day I will. And so I just get some of that in my lid and pat it on my sponge really good. It's so good though. I have been so blessed this year just by people that I've gotten to meet and work with and know, the things we got for our wedding. Like, we were really extremely blessed, and really a lot of the things we have in our house we didn't pay for. It was just people giving stuff away for free and they thought of us. So I really appreciate that in every regards, and that's something I really believe in, is giving other people stuff when you can, especially when they're in need. So I'm gonna go back in with my Hoola. Randomly in the middle of that, my camera was like, and we're done. So I'm not good at contouring my nose still. I don't know that I ever will be. I really want to learn and know, but I just don't understand basically my nose shape. Like, I understand how to contour on paper, but my nose, for some reason, I just can't figure out really what its shape is and where it needs to have a little bit of shadow. So I'm just contouring my nose, and then I'm taking that up in the like corner here and then blending that out with the rest of the shadow that I did. I'm gonna take my Sigma 4, I'm sorry, why do I always do that? Sigma F40 and do a little bit of contour here. The blush I've been actually really loving lately, I've mentioned it already before, is this Sigma one. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name because I get it wrong every time, but I'm going to link it down below, or at least type it if they don't for some reason still sell it. And then this e.l.f. blush brush that I talk about all the time, the pointed powder brush. You need to get this. I think it's like $6 from CVS, and it's so good. It literally changes the blush game. I also forgot when I had my Hoola out, basically 90% of this tutorial is Hoola bronzer. I go underneath my eyes with that too, just kind of so it's not blank space, because for some reason if I wear false eyelashes and I don't have a lot going on my lower lash, I'll do this in mascara, but then that's it. But if I don't have that, I kind of look sickly. So when I use my highlighter from ColourPop, is what I was saying before my camera cut me off. This is the Super Shock Cheek Smokin' Whistles one, and as you can see, I have more than hit pan on this. I love this one. It is so pretty. And I just take my finger and put that, get my little reindeer nose going. And then I do that with my finger still off the bridge of my nose. Then I actually take a stippling brush. I never got more compliments on my highlight as I did and do when I use this brush. There's just something about the way it applies it that looks so pretty. And then I also take my highlighter and just any kind of eyeshadow brush. This one's from Mary Kay. And I like to put a little bit of highlight on my inner corner, especially if I'm using false eyelashes, because I feel like sometimes since I have smaller eyes, that cast a little bit of a shadow for me, and so this kind of just opens them back up. And I also do a little bit under my eyebrow. So basically, I guess the idea of this tutorial isn't that it's like not a lot of makeup, but that it's not using tons of products. So this is something that I could bring on vacation and I wouldn't have to bring my entire makeup collection. I can pretty much make this work with only a few products. And if you want to put some of this on your eyelid, I just kind of use whatever's left over on my brush instead of getting a new swipe of it. Okay, so I'm going to line my upper lash line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just going to kind of make it so that those fake eyelashes have a really nice base. And then I'm going to put my fake eyelashes on using the Ardell Demi Wispies. I got this humongous pack. I love these. And I also love the baby wispies a ton. So I'm going to do that really quick and then I'll be right back for you guys. Okay, you guys, so that's it. I actually decided to go with the baby Demi Wispies. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, the baby wispies. Just for a little bit more toned down look today, since all we're doing is going to the movies. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I feel like sometimes with these, if I don't like have a list of things to talk about or like do a Q&A or ask you guys beforehand, I kind of get carried away. So I hope that you don't mind that it's a little bit longer. Hopefully I can edit it down so it's not a full half hour long. But if there's something else that you guys want me to film, please let me know. I almost forgot. For my lips. So the only thing I do on this kind of day for my lips, I'll use some sort of chappy stick, which the one I like the most is upstairs in my purse. So I'm just going to use this Vaseline Lip Therapy, just so you guys kind of get the idea of how the whole thing looks. I have major foundation on my lips, but then I just use kind of like a pinkish mauve-y lip liner. And this one I have down here is the Jordana Rockin' Rose that I've had for years. And I just do like a really quick outline of my lips. So I hope this was something easy to follow, something that you guys think would be good on like lazy days or days that you kind of, like I said, just want to enhance some features. Again, the fake lashes, it's not supposed to be super natural looking. For me, I don't think this is a lot. I think that even with false eyelashes, it is, again, enhancing kind of just what you already have. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll try to list everything in the down bar below, but if there's anything I miss, a question that you have, comment down below and I will be sure to get back with you. Please subscribe before you go today so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I would love to hear some requests from you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.